Sitting on the truck one day, wasting time. Oh, must play. Oh, and I dropped my mic on the ground and I picked it back up because my tooth fell out of my mouth and I'm choking on some water. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man, Urban Lover, reporting live and direct from your mama's basement. So, the big thing kicking off right now is the Anthony Davis fiasco. Like I said, I'm going to bring y'all updates. I'm going to try to give me updates as they come through. And if I got time, I'm going to drop them. So right now, New Orleans issued a statement out that they're kind of upset that Anthony Davis won out. But I'm going to hit it real quick. And I'm trying to make this video quick. I know I've been making a lot of long videos. But you know what? It's good because at the same time, I try to get out as much information I need to get out. So I want to read a couple things. And I want y'all guys to chime in, you know, in the comment section. So, the Pelicans want the NBA to strictly enforce tampering rules. In their statement, the organization said that they are disappointed in Davis' decision to be traded from the team. They also request that the league strictly enforce tampering rules associated with this transaction. Keep this in mind. Remember when AD came to LA and LeBron James invited him out for dinner. What it transpired from that, we don't know. We don't know what they talked about, but 9 times out of 10, you know they probably talked about hooking up. So, the league, you know, and during that time, when they asked, I think before that, or it might have been after that, they asked LeBron James about, you know, would he like Anthony Davis come to his team? And he said, yeah, who wouldn't want him to come to their team? So after that, a lot of teams were actually propelling that the NBA should basically enforce the tampering rule because they feel though that LeBron James was tampering, but let's be in mind, I mean, there's other teams and other players that have done the same thing. So, you know, just because people can communicate, I don't really consider tampering. I mean, I don't know what the league rules are, but it's crazy that players can't get together and talk about joining up, hooking up, and all that. I don't see what's really wrong with it. You know, if a player want to go somewhere, why not? What you got a gag order on players that they can't speak on what they want to do? You know what I mean? I can understand, like, the organization like Magic Johnson and them, but players, you know what I mean? Come on, man. This is sport. It's just like, you know what's crazy? Like I said, I don't know what the rules are, but I'm only going by what I see and what I believe. It's just like, for instance, your boss, your supervisor, I don't call him boss, your supervisor give you a raise, right? And there's a guy that been there for 5 or 6 years more than you have and never got a raise, but they gave you a raise, and they told that guy, like, you listen, don't tell nobody I gave you this raise. You know, that's between you and your paycheck. But you take it upon yourself to decide to tell the next the co-worker who been there longer than you, who's probably doing way more work than you, say, hey man, he just gave me a raise. Personally, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I mean, like I said, if you're going to do that, you gotta be fair all around the league. Simple put. But here's my thing. All right, Anthony Davis, I believe, wants to go to LA. This is my belief. I think him and his agent want him to go to LA, which makes sense because you playing with LeBron James. Everybody want to go to LA, but this is what I'm thinking. The Pelicans, they like this. Anthony Davis trying to force his hand, not really force it, but he wanted, he traded, but he also stated that, he's going to, play out the rest of the season. Now, where? We don't know, but let's be honest, he talking about play out the rest of the season is basically probably for the New Orleans Pelicans or around the trade deadline, hoping that somebody would trade for him. But here's what the Pelicans are doing. The Pelicans, they came out, and this is what they said. Adrian Wojnarowski reported on this. He said, our organization top priority is to bring an NBA championship to our city, and fans build our team for long-term success. Relative to specific talks of a trade, we will do this on our timeline, one that makes sense for our team and will not be dictated by those outside. When you mean those outside, meaning AKA LeBron James. You know what I mean? AKA LeBron James, he's the head down to everything. And then you got social media pumping it up. So that's what they're feeding off of. At the end of the day, subliminal message. Like when he was on in the plane and he do a subliminal to Kyrie. You know what I mean? So he's doing subliminals out there and they're like, listen, man, this is going too far with LeBron. He's tampering, he's doing a whole bunch of stuff. So that's what they're getting at. And like I said, the Pelicans probably was one of the teams that actually was trying to get the tampering rules more enforced based on the fact what LeBron James doing. Because y'all know when LeBron James goes somewhere, he even made a statement about it. He said, yeah, I do the recruiting. I might not got a lot of guys to come, but he said I might not want a lot, but I still got a lot of players to come. So it makes sense. So in retrospect to that, Anthony Davis and them had a conversation. Most likely probably talking about linking up. So the tampering thing come out and they say, listen, you know, Anthony Davis and his agent try to force the rule that they want to be traded. You know, because he now come out and say he want to be traded. Remember, he just said that he don't want to be traded. He's going to stick with New Orleans because he loves the city. They support him, blah, blah, blah. So now he's coming out and saying, I want to be traded. So now we're looking at this situation about the tampering because the Pelicans, I believe, the Pelicans want to send Anthony Davis to the Boston Celtics. You got to look at it. The Boston Celtics have much more assets than what the Lakers have to offer. The only thing that hurts them is this, and I'm going to read it to you guys in 1 second. The only thing hurting the Celtics is this. The Celtics cannot acquire Davis while Kyrie Irving is still on the roster. Given that both players are under the same contract destination, creating a Rose rule, y'all know that, you know, Derrick Rose, deadlock that will force the Celtics to part ways with Irving before trading for Davis, or be forced to wait until the summer of 2019 to sign Davis as a free agent. While teams like the Los Angeles Lakers have a huge leg up when it comes to time constriction, the Celtics have a war chest of assets to offer the Pelicans and could even agree to a Davis trade prior to July 1st that isn't finalized until after that date. So what I'm looking at like this is that the Pelicans, the best offer on the table is the Celtics, but they have to wait because of Kyrie Irving still on the roster. But Davis wants to make the move now. That's why they put it out there like that. They want to be traded. And the Pelicans were kind of like disappointed. And I believe that at the end of the day, they were going to they probably wanted to keep him, which makes sense. And probably, you know, try to put some more players around him. But they like, listen, we're going to do what's best for us. And I think they looking at it, the Celtics. Even though the Lakers might got SS, then Lonzo Ball go out, you know, then also keep this in mind. Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram's stock fell way down. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys when it comes to the development of the young players from Luke Walton. If it was another coach, a more coach that had that actually were able to develop the young players, their stock would never fell. But because you have somebody like Luke Walton, and nothing against Luke, because he's still, to me, is still learning. Nothing towards Luke, but because he don't know how to develop the young players, that's why this stock is continuing to fall. And like I said before, if you look at D'Angelo and Julius Randle, they're actually playing way better after leaving Luke Walton. I know a lot of people say, well, Luke Walton helped them. No, Luke Walton didn't really help them. They already had skill set. Luke Walton actually slowed down their skill set, giving them 25 minutes, letting Julius Randle come off the bench after we was losing so many games, and finally figure out how to utilize them. So, so at the end of the day, he slowed down their opportunity to move forward when it came to development. So you're looking at the point that the Pelicans are trying to enforce the fact that they don't want nobody tampering. They don't want nobody talking to Anthony Davis, you know, because at the end of the day, even though Anthony Davis wanted to go to, I think, like I said before, Anthony Davis wanted to go to LA, but the organization wanted him to go to Boston because they got the much more better assets. That's why I think the agent all them put it out there now and say, listen, Anthony Davis want to be traded now, so that way teams can go on the phone and start calling now, going into the trade deadline. You know, they can start calling, making try to throw what we can out there to see if the Pelicans will make the move. But I truly believe the Pelicans are not going to trade him. I think they're going to wait to the end of the season, and I think they're going to trade him to the Boston Celtics. And I think that the Boston Celtics are not going to re-sign Kyrie Irving. I think Kyrie Irving is going to wind up going to LeBron. And the reason why I say that, because there's also something that came out about Wojnarowski, if I'm not mistaken, that LeBron stated that, and I'm paraphrasing it, he said the Lakers are not looking to make any trades, you know during the trade deadline. You know, we're going to wait to the end of the season to make sure that we have cap space. And I'm paraphrasing it. Now, this could be an oxymoron. And the reason I'm saying that, because this can go two ways. One, he could be throwing people off based on the fact that he don't want to get caught up in the tampering thing to hurt the organization. So he threw it out there to, like, you know what, I'm not tampering. We just going to wait till, free agency come, and then we're going to go make our move. Or he also could be throwing out there saying, listen, we don't want Anthony Davis. We want to go get Kyrie. But keep this in mind, the Lakers still had the opportunity to get two superstars on top of already having LeBron. Because remember, they gave everybody these one-year contracts. And then you could trade away some of them young players, and you still get AD and still get Kyrie Irving. But I really think that he's trying to make sure that Carmelo Anthony get on the team as well. That's just me, because him and Carmelo Anthony are good buddies. So if they trade away some of these young players, best believe you'll see Carmelo Anthony on this team. But I don't think the Lakers are going to make a move with Anthony Davis. I know everybody's hyped about it and all that, but I think the New Orleans Pelicans are really looking at the Celtics, because the Celtics got much more access. And keep in mind, they're looking at the point that the Celtics, without Kyrie Irving, without Hayward, went straight to to the Eastern Finals against the Lakers. Against the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know what I mean? So they look at it with Tatum, and they say, well, you know what? Those guys went straight to the Eastern Finals, and they didn't have a superstar. Both of their superstars that they picked up were hurt, and these guys almost took the the Cleveland Cavaliers to the end. So what looks more better to them? A team, young players that are developed because their coach is a pretty good young player development coach, or do we look at the one where they got Lonzo Ball who are not fully developed because their coach just doesn't know how to do it? That's what I'm thinking. The New Orleans Pelicans are actually looking at the Boston Celtics, where Anthony Davis wanted to come to LA. I think LeBron is trying to throw everybody a monkey wrench so it don't look like he's tampering. So that's why he said what he said, that the Lakers not looking to trade until after to the end of the season, where they're going to wait for a free agent, to sign somebody. Because even if you keep this in mind, if they're going to wait to the end of the year, end of the season to sign somebody, that don't mean they're going to get Anthony Davis if they're looking for a free agent, because Anthony Davis is not a free agent. You know what I'm saying? So in retrospect of that, the next year after that, the next season he's a free agent. So they're trying to get rid of him now. They're going to try to trade him at the end of the season. So I'm looking at the Boston Celtics probably picking up Anthony Davis if the Lakers don't make a move, if the New Orleans Pelicans decide they want to go that route. But I'm thinking the Pelicans are going to make Anthony Davis play the rest of the season out, and they're going to try to give him to Boston Celtics. I don't want to break you guys' bubble. I just want to tell you how I think. That's what I'm thinking. I know y'all might be wrong. Y'all might say, "Oh well, Urban, you know what we're talking about." It's all up to the organization, not up to the player and agent. It's up to the organization. They decide on what they want to do. If he decides to sit out and get fined and all that, it doesn't matter to them. They're going to make what's best for their team. And they're going to look at the players, with Rozier, Tatum, all them guys, and they might try to go after them. Haywood, Boston got much more proven players than what the Lakers got right now. And I'm a Lakers fan. I love my young players, but I'm just being honest with you guys. With that being said, it's your man Urban. Lover, like, share, subscribe, get in the comment section. Tell me what you think. What you think about all this fiasco right now? You think you think New Orleans going to break and decide to go ahead and grab these young players from the Lakers, or you think they're going to wait for the Boston Celtics? Because really, to be honest with you, everything is in their hand. It's not in the players' hand. It's in their hand, because everybody's calling them. They're not calling Anthony Davis. They're calling the organization. And the organization going to do what's best for them. And they're going to try to make sure they're going to do almost similar to what the freaking Spurs did when it came to Kawhi Leonard. When they tried to say, listen, we want all these players for him. Because they want all the young players from the Lakers. So New Orleans Pelicans going to do the exact same thing. They're going to want 3 or 4 players plus some draft picks. They're going to play with it, but I think Boston going to be the one to give it to them. Unless the Lakers break down and give them 4 players, 2 draft picks, all for Anthony Davis. But we don't know. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's all a toss-up, and we're just waiting back to see what happens. Me, personally, I'm just going to keep rocking and rolling, hoping that LeBron James come back soon so we can start winning some games and just look forward to the playoff. I'm not worrying about the trades and all that. I'm worried about watching what we have now on the floor. With that being said, it's your man Urban. Love, like, subscribe, get in the comment section on what you think. Y'all guys be safe out there. Much love. Y'all be blessed. That's about it. I'll be hitting y'all up with some more videos if any other breaking news come through, and I'll try my best to make sure I drop as many of them as I can. Probably the most I dropped in a couple days, but anyway, like I said, y'all take care and be safe.